So here comes the little mathematics that I usually do on my 6 pieces. The hip is 48 divided by 2 will give us 24. 24 is for front, while the other 24 is for back.
Let's get prepared.
Get prepared.
Shh.
Listen
carefully
and
pay attention.
Welcome back to my class. Today's tutorial is all about popular Nigerian 6 pieces skirts. The length of my skirt is 45. So I have to mark the basic lines. This is the waistline. I mark the hip line at 10, the knee line at 20, and this is the length. So I have to draft the center piece first. After drafting the center piece, I'll now draft the sides. My client's hip is 48 and I use 4.5 for her dart in the center piece. So as I use 4.5 here, when I come to the waistline, I'll reduce it by 1 and mark it 3.5. When I come to the knee length, the knee line, I mark 3.5 also. So what I did here, I transferred it here. This is the waistline, hip line, knee line. Then when I come down at the length, I have to mark it 8. Remember, you can still increase this down. If you want your 6 pieces to be very big, you can still increase this from 8 to 10 to whatever you like if you have excess material. So I join my center piece like this, and this. Yeah, you can see my center piece is quite rigid now. So the next step is to make a straight line by this side. You can see where I'm joining it from hip to the length. Make a very fine straight line like this. Now the waistline is here. For the sides, because I'm trying to economize my fabric, I have to turn the waist of the side this way. So waistline, hip, knee, which is at 20, hip is at 10, and knee is at 20. Then this is my length. So here comes the little mathematics that I usually do on my 6 pieces. The hip is 48 divided by 2. 48 by 2 will give us 24. 24 is for front, while the other 24 is for back. So for the hip, if I minus, remember I have 4.5 by the hip center here. I have 4.5 here. So 4.5 means 9. So half by both sides. So we have, if you deduct half for seam allowance, we have 8 remaining. So from this place, from this 24 now, you have to deduct the center dart, which is 8. So 24 minus 8. We have 24 left for front hip. If you minus 8 for center, from that is 8 from 24, it will remain 16, right? So 16 is now for the sides. When you divide the 16 into 2 for left and right, what will it give us? It will give us 8. So now this 8 is for the sides. Now I have to add half-inch seam allowance for joining into the center, and I'll have to add 1.5 inch by the sides for shaping and turning of the full lining. So I am now left with 10. That is 8 plus 2 is now 10. And I mark my 10. When I come to here, I use 9. I remove 1. When I come to this place, I use 9 also, and I join. So in other words, here is 10, here is 9, and here is 9. Whatever I do on the waist is what I do on the knee line. With my straight ruler again, I join. So please, if you like what we are doing here, please give us thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel, and also share to your friends. So I am now done with the front drafting. I want to go through it again. This is the center piece, the waistline, hip line, knee line, and this is the length. So from here I mark my 4.5. 4 is the main dart, and half is the seam allowance for both sides. So I did 4.5 here. When I come to this place, I I marked 3.5, and I took the 3.5 to the waistline, and the length here is 8 inches. All the measurements are in inches. So after drafting the center piece, I have to turn it, I have to flip it to the opposite side because I want to economize my fabric. So I took it like this, and here now is the waistline of the side, and this is the hip of the side, the knee line, and the length. So I divided the hip into 2, of which I got 24. I minused the center piece, and I got 16, and I further divided the 16 into 2 for the left and the right, then added the necessary allowances, 1/2 inch by this side and 1.5 by the shaping, which totaled 2, and everything is 10. And I marked my 10 here, then reduced it by 1, marked 9 here, and took my 9 also to the knee line, and I marked 9 here, and then use the remaining allowance, of which you can do here 14 or 15. So if you have any question, please do that in the comment section below. So time to cut 6 pieces. You can see how the down is. So let's draft the back pattern. So time to draft the back pattern. I have to use the front. Is the easier method, or the easiest method you can find on anywhere in the net. I'll use the front and draft the back. I have to add the allowances. The zipper by this side is 1.5 here. Have to draw it down at least to the middle of this. Then here is 1 inch to this line. Then you flay it out. So let me use my long ruler again. This is the center back, and I added my 1/2 inch allowance for hip cup. This is a very important tip. Don't forget to add this allowance at the back side of your pattern. So I give like 3 inches and draw my line. So I am done with the back pattern. With the center back, I am done with the center back. Let me do this side. On the side, this is the side. Nothing much. It's just to add the allowances, which will start from here. This is the knee line to this place. And from here, just add little allowance so that it will flay more at the back. Nothing much for the sides. So every other thing is the same. Everything is the same thing. So viewers, thank you very much for coming back always to my channel. Please don't forget to give us thumbs up. Let's cut. Thank you for staying till this moment in my channel. Please tell your friends about me and give us thumbs up, and please remember to come back each time we upload a new video. Thank you very much.